Okay, so I did my research on Marina Abramovic. She was born in 1946 in Belgrade, Yugoslavia. Um, she's a conceptual and performance artist, a philanthropist, a writer, and a filmmaker. In 1970, she graduated from the Academy of Fine Arts in Belgrade. And then in 1972, she graduated from the Academy of Arts in Yugoslavia. Currently, she lives and works in New York City, and she has been active for approximately 5 decades and refers to herself and is often referred to by others as the grandmother of performance art. On this slide, I listed some awards I thought were noteworthy. She has way, way more awards than these, but I just thought they were important to note. I put the Art Institute of Chicago on there. She got an honorary doctorate degree from there in 2004. The Golden Lion at the 47th Venice Biennale in 1997. And the New York Dance and Performance Awards, or Bessie, in 2003. And then also in 2003 and in 2007, she got the International Association of Art Critics Awards. Um, Obviously, there are way more awards than this. Those are just the ones that I thought were the most noteworthy. Here I listed some major exhibitions or performances, locations where she has performed. The Garage Center in Moscow, Manchester, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum, which is in New York, the Whitney, the Museum and Sculpture Garden, Irish Museum of Modern Art, Venice Biennale multiple times. Of course, there are other places she performed or had an exhibition at as well, but those are just the ones that I added. And for her artist practice, I just kind of left it short and simple. As a performance artist, like your practice changes all the time based on what you're trying to do. So, but cumulatively, I would say most of her work is pushing or testing herself and her body mentally, physically, to see what she's capable of. And also, a lot of it is getting the audience involved, getting them thinking and facing their own fears and emotions, and seeing things that you wouldn't normally see unless someone specifically put you in that place. One work that I particularly really like, which I'll talk about a little bit more, is The Artist is Present. This one I really resonate with because a lot of work that I'm doing currently is about getting my artist or getting the audience involved in my um, installations, and really getting them involved, and their actions become the piece is a lot of what I do, and that's a lot of what she does, but it's a completely different medium, like performance and sculpture. But this piece really speaks to me in that way. So I'll talk about it a little bit more. So The Artist is Present. It was performed in 2010 at MoMA, that I said that earlier. Um, she says that the work was inspired by her belief that stretching the length of a performance beyond expectation alters viewer perception of time, her perception of time, and fosters a deeper engagement in the experience and with the audience. Um, so basically, what happened is, if you've never seen this piece before, is every single day for 8 hours for about, I think, 3 months or so, she would sit in this chair um, for 8 hours a day and would sit across from someone silently, completely silent. And this piece really was haunting for a lot of people. Many people who sat across from her were moved to tears. Staring into someone's eyes for however long you were sitting there. I think, like, there was record of people sitting there for hours watching her, and that they were so moved that they cried during the performance. And it's just really unbelievable that she did this every day for 3 months. And I can really see why, people who came in to sit with her were moved so. Um, yeah, this piece really speaks to me in terms of my work and ideas of perception that I toy with in my own um, artist practice. The next piece is Rest Energy. Um, so this piece she did a collab with, and I can't remember the name of the other artist, but it was a collaboration, and they had two tiny microphones that they were wearing on their chest that recorded the sounds of their hearts beating. And obviously, as you can see in the image, they were kind of pulling weight against each other while there was an arrow pointed directly at her heart. And as the performance progressed, you could hear the heartbeats become more and more intense. Um, this piece was only 4 minutes and 10 seconds, but Abramovic went on record saying that it felt like forever, and I can't even imagine having an arrow pointed directly at my heart, especially with the tension of another human being in control of that. Um, it was really just like a piece about trust and just completely trusting that person to not kill you. um, The next piece is probably one of the most noteworthy pieces that uh, Abramovic has done. It's called Rhythm Zero, and this was like a 6 hour work. And the performance was, she was in the gallery, and she really was the piece. So she set up objects. There were 72 objects that she placed on a table, and these objects included a rose, a feather, perfume, honey, bread, grapes, wine, scissors, a scalpel, nails, a metal bar, and a gun with one bullet loaded. And she gave instructions to the audience that they could do whatever they wanted to her, and that she would be fully responsible. Like it said on like the instructions to the piece that she was holding herself responsible for anyone's actions uh, in the piece, and they could do whatever they want. It was really a piece just to see, like, the purpose of it, she said, was to see just how far people would go when they have complete freedom to do whatever they wanted. Um, but yeah, people wrote on her, took pictures of her, stripped her naked, and she didn't do anything about it. It was really the piece, and I can't. The strength that this woman must have to be willing to go to such lengths to um, bring up topics that she thinks are important. Like, I'm not sure that I would have the strength to let people do whatever they wanted to me for 6 hours and not be able to react or respond. And it's not even like she was forced to do it. She chose it, and it's just incredible. And I think she's amazing. I've been a big fan of her for a while, and it was really fun to dig deeper into her work and learn more about her. And really revisiting her work was helpful to me, like doing my thesis next semester and all the things that I'm working with really helps me get a new perspective on like uh, these same topics that we share, and seeing how other artists um, go about, talking about these same themes. And so, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And here are my references. Thank you so much.